Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you all had a great evening. I hope you guys made a ton of money today. I hope you weren't scared. I hope you weren't hesitant. We saw this move coming, right? If you've been following the channel for a decent amount of time, maybe a month, we've seen every bit of this. We called this the last week of December. We knew the levels. We knew this could happen. We knew the trend line was going to be tested. Boom, 1, 2 times. And we knew if we broke it, we were coming back down here into the buy here zone. Whether or not it gets here, it's irrelevant, or maybe not irrelevant, but it's insignificant because we've come down so far. The market's not dead. The market's, not broken. It is broken, but it's not dead. It just needed correction. That's all it is. We've seen a lot of this coming. When I started the live stream this morning and I said I was going to do a recap, it wasn't with the intent of watching, the Qs completely sell off into these zones, into this range. So, I was going to talk about the 2 trades I took. I'll still talk about them. My P&L for the day doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. It's a green day. It's a really green day. Left some money on the table, but you can't, you get out when you're comfortable. I had to leave, so not too terrible. Let's talk about the levels though. When the day started, on the live stream, I liked the bull volume. This was, almost a classic trap. Jumped into 460, obviously. 460 SPY calls weekly, 1 day to expiration. Jumped in somewhere on this candle at 751. Big bull volume, liked the way it held. Got out right around here, 45.80ish, because I knew it was resistance. And it was clear resistance to me. It used to be support. Once we broke it, it was weak. So it can go either way. So got out. Didn't have any regret once it hit 4,600 because the range was short. Getting out at 45.80 and 4,600, I was going to get out here regardless. So maybe I squeeze a little bit more premium out, but it was insignificant to me because I would have had to make a decision here anyway. I always look left. If you're in the Discord or if you've watched my lives, you always hear me talk about looking left. It's where I get my levels from. 4,600. Look at the last time we hit 4,600. I mentioned it in the chat again. I think this here is an 80-point move or something like that. 75-point move, 73. But again, it was one of those things where I said, and I said this, last time it hit this zone, we dropped 70 points. I'd be shocked if it happened again. Well, it blew completely past it. Not something you can foresee. Trading is hard. You got to understand your levels, but it was clear to me. You buy the rips. Buy the rips and you sell the dips. So 4,600 here. When we got the big upper wick, I think I dropped down to the Qs and Q on the hourly here. Again, clear as day to me. 8 o'clock came, and this time they waited. Market makers knew, they were selling pops 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the session, last couple days. But here they gave it a good, almost 2 hours before they made their move. Same thing on NQ. I mean, this is identical. Look what happens when you look left. Same thing. Hit 4,600, drop. NQ, hourly, same thing. Hit 15.3, boom, drop. I jumped into 371 puts. 8:13 in the morning Pacific. So that's this candle right here. The upper wick told me everything. I was going to short into resistance. Buy at support, short at resistance. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Had all the confidence in the world, lost the ADMA, stayed in it for a couple hours. I got out 10:06 Pacific. So that's into this candle here. So kind of towards the end, right as it was selling off. it was good enough for me. I had to run, had some errands to run, and I couldn't monitor it. So, happy with profits. Sold around, let's see, 45%, something like that. Pretty sure it was 45. Yeah, 45%. Most people are happy with that. I'm like I call myself the Derek Jeter of options. It's I'll take singles all day long. This isn't something you can see coming. There's a ton of money to be made. I always say you don't have a reason to exit unless you see the ADMA. Again, I couldn't monitor it. I had a long drive and I had some things to do. So there's more opportunities, but there's an opportunity coming around here because I don't think we can lose this zone. So if you stayed solvent, stayed with some cash, didn't blow an account, there's going to be opportunity, I believe, right here between 14.4 and 14.6. Because again, if we lose that, it's catastrophic. You start talking about, coming down into here, into this range here, and we can't do that. The entire market would crumble. You got people who've been long for, all of 2020, all of 2021, made a ton of money. They start you start losing this level here, and people are liquidating. They'll just stay cash. They're not going to watch, their portfolio get chopped in half on names. And I want to end on Netflix and Amazon because those are two names that we talked about in the live stream. If you want to go back and watch that, I'll put a link in here as well. This might have been the best live. It was very informative. There are a lot of good questions. We looked at a lot of charts. At some point in the chat, I said, Netflix looks like it wants 3,000 because all of this here is dead. Let me turn off these higher lows. I'm looking at this move right here. Like 3,000 is just psychological. I don't think Amazon breaks below 3,000 significantly. It's market's in trouble because Amazon really led the way, or it's going to lead the way. 100-point down day is significant to the market. And if Apple goes, obviously Netflix is gone. Then the market is in trouble. Let's look at Netflix. Oh man, Netflix is the one that got away. I talked at length about the premium on Netflix in the live stream. Sarah came in and she said she wanted to play earnings, and the premium was expensive. I'm thinking, $20-$30 in or out of the money, depending on which way you were going to go. The chart told us it wasn't going up. I mean, look at this. Nothing about NQ says Netflix was going to go up. So it was the worst kept secret in the market. It was just a matter about how much you were willing to pay on a lotto to get to find out. Sarah found, I think, $1.44 contracts, and I was driving. I couldn't look at anything, and it was a lotto. I probably should have took it. It was just so $1.44 will turn it $144 will turn into 45 grand. I'm sorry, 4,500 in the morning. I say 45 grand because everybody knows I play 10 or 20 contracts at a time. So a lot of money missed out. There'll be other opportunities. No regret. Netflix can come back down here, man. It can shop around. Remember, we talked about this in last week's live stream. Netflix can very well come right back down here, and it can do it tomorrow, and just do this for another year and a half because it's already done it. Look at that. And we talked about this at length, both today and last week. And I still missed out on it, right? Trading's hard, though. Like I said, you can talk about a lot of stuff till you're blue in the face. But I want you guys to have hope and know that there are plenty of opportunities coming. We have earnings season continuing to roll out. Going to do a lot more live streams, especially with earnings season coming up. So tell your folks, tell your friends. They've been entertaining, man. They've been a lot of fun. But if this video has been useful, if you guys have any comments or questions, drop them in the chat. and I will live stream in the morning. I'll put a link for that as well in this video. And you guys have a great night, and we'll see you in the morning.